So if you're like most people, you might not want to revisit the painful events of 2020 as we close out the year. COVID-19 has definitely altered how we live, entertain ourselves, shop, work, absolutely everything. And here to help us have a positive outlook for 2021 is Colleen Diedrich, life and relationship coach. Morning, Colleen. How are you doing?
I am fine, thank you. How are you?
I'm good, and always a pleasure talking to you. So let's start first of all with, how do we find optimism heading into 2021?
The first order of the day is to give thanks. We are here, standing alive, breathing, healthy, most of us, as the year rolls to a close. So for me, I have just been in a mood. I am eternally grateful, just beside myself, thankful that I survived this year. I didn't have any encounter with the pandemic outside of protocol and the inconveniences and so on. But my family is healthy, everybody is good, and my heart is full. My heart is amazingly full. And so when I think about everything that could have gone wrong, in spite of being, touched by it, as it pertains to business and so on, I am still very grateful. And so I say to people, as we roll into 2021, please understand that the pandemic don't stop as of January 1st. So we have to go in there thankful. We have to go in there grateful that we did survive this year.
Yeah, and that's important. I know there are a lot of people who might be thinking, so there are a lot of people who say, listen, last year we said 2020 is going to be my year. And 2020 is, so a lot of people are almost very cagey about stepping into 2021 because them say, boy, next thing I'm going to say it's going to be great. And then this happens. But okay, so is it fair to be cautious? But yet still you can be cautiously optimistic, can't you?
Cautiously optimistic. And the thing is to understand something. I've noticed a tendency for us to think that it is the year 2020, right? No, but it was the events. It's not the year. Nothing is the matter with the year. It's just the events of 2020, right? And the thing is, we have to recognize that we are still in control. We determine what it is that we want to see happen to our lives. So in spite of the events, in spite of how it is that it has been impacting us, we're going to have to reframe all of that. We're going to have to make that determination that there are certain things that we intend to achieve. When we look at 2020, in spite of it being a hard year, persons thrived in 2020. I mean, businesses evolved. They became, another thing almost overnight in order to maximize on the opportunities, right? In order to keep up with the times. So it is possible. It is possible to maximize everything that is available to you in 2021 as a result of having had the experience of 2020.
All right, you have some tips for us heading in, and you already raised the first one, that gratitude is a must.
Absolutely. Absolutely. Be thankful. Be thankful. It changes your mindset. If it is that you are thinking about and highlighting the things that happened for you this year, because in spite of, having to deal with the quarantine and so on, we had an opportunity to slow down. Some of us needed a long overdue vacation, and we got an extended one. In spite of the pay cuts and so on, we had the opportunity to spend some time with our families. A lot of us, it has been school, work. That's it. That's the sum total of it. So this gave us an opportunity to spend some time with our spouses. I know the statistics said that didn't necessarily go well for a lot of marriages, but it went well for a lot of other marriages. We just didn't, spend enough time highlighting those things. Yeah.
Well, I guess it depends on how people look at went well, because if the marriages already had a problem that we were kind of band-aiding, and COVID said, look, there's a problem. It's probably not such a bad thing.
No.
Your second tip is move forward with the lessons learned.
Absolutely. Because again, if we were paying attention, there are things that we could come away with from 2020, especially from a business perspective. My business went online as a result of that. And I promise you it would not have, because I'm not particularly keen with the technology. So had it not been for the circumstances, this would not have been an area for me to explore. I was perfectly fine with how it is that I was conducting business. And this is the case for a lot of other businesses. It forced us into the 21st century. Yeah, it gave us an opportunity to access the globe versus just little Jamaica, to broaden our scope and so on. So walk into 2021 with the lessons learned. Also take an opportunity to look at those other businesses. What are they doing? How did they evolve? How is this beneficial, and how much of this can you actually incorporate in your business, to have yourself become a force in the marketplace?
Yeah. Your next tip is interesting to me. It says, align yourself with at least one go-getter. Yeah. So let's start first of all with, when we say go-getter, who do we mean? Who am I looking for? And when you say align yourself, exactly what do you mean?
I'm talking about, okay, so let me start with go-getter. You want somebody who is determined to make things happen in one aspect of their life. It could just be their personal development. Yeah, it could be their businesses. It could be how it is that they interact with their circle. But somebody whose perspective is forward thinking, somebody who's open and ready to see the positive in every situation, because I promise you, in spite of, what we are looking at as a disadvantage, there is a positive in every single solitary crisis, an opportunity to become a better you in every single sphere of your life. So you want to align yourself with somebody who's able to see this in even one aspect of their life. Yeah. You want to spend some time with them, taking from them their perspective. How are you able to think this way and feel this way in spite of what is happening? Because when it is that we get this kind of coaching, then it also helps us to align ourselves with this kind of thinking. So the more time I spend with this person, the more I give them the opportunity to pour into me, to change my perspective, because there is more to what is happening than doom and gloom.
Yeah, and you say a positive mindset is a choice.
It is. It is. A lot of us can, spend an inordinate amount of time ruminating on the things that didn't go right in 2020. And as a result, it is hard for us to see all the amazing things that actually happened in 2020, because amazing things happened in 2020. We helped our neighbors out, right? We spent more time with family. We were, we had the opportunity to introspect and look on ourselves, to examine the things that were no longer serving us. We had the opportunity to shed. There are some people that we had to let go, right, in order to manifest, and it was long overdue. And I'm looking at those relationships, that the statistics, and that we have been sensationalizing. But some of those marriages, as you rightly said, had absolutely no foundation. It was time to let them go.
Yeah.
So look at the positives, reframe the way that you're looking at these events, and it changes what will happen for you in 2021.
And finally, you say choose happy. Choose
absolutely.
happy.
Choose happy. Oh my God. All of us have done the misery and the worry and the sky is falling, this kind of a thing. And where did it get you? How did it improve you? Right? How are you better? Take some time to do the checkup from the neck up, right? And ask yourself, how was this beneficial to you? And if it is, and I promise you, when you look at it, you have nothing. You cannot create out of a worrisome mind. Neither can you move forward and see the opportunities available to you if it is that you're preoccupied with what didn't happen and how you did try, you plan to make, you wanted to see this happen in 2020, but it didn't come to fruition. What I'm saying is that you still have life. And with life is the opportunity to make something new of yourself. So when you walk in happy, when you walk in grateful, I promise you, your creative juices start to function. Right? You start to look at things with a different perspective, and happiness is a choice. So I chose happiness years ago, and I promise you I am a better person as a result. And I invite people to do that. We've spent an inordinate amount of time worrying, crying, upset about these things. What if we just decided, today I'm just going to give thanks. Today I'm going to be grateful for all the things that are available to me. It changes everything.
All right, that's such a great way to end this. Thank you, Colleen, as always, bringing that positive energy and that happy every single time. All the best, my love, for 2021.
Blessings sent to you.
Colleen Dietrich, life and relationship coach. Still to come, Prime Minister's Youth Awardee, our very own Javon Keys, has a chat with us. And in 10 minutes to your health, we find out what is mask mouth. But first, we head over to the newsroom for News in 5 with Ashane Masters.